Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Who made the wrong decision when it comes to leaving early? An early entry guy.
You sent us the list of all the guys.
Yeah.
Actually, there weren't as many baffling
There were not.
decisions, I thought, as in past years where you're just thinking, why would this guy do this? Looking at the list, I would say, first of all, who is this walk-on that average? How did he make the list?
I know.
This
Like
guy from
NBA,
Miami,
do your
Ohio.
due diligence.
Yeah, why is he on here?
Jackson Kenyon from Miami of Ohio. Just so you
2
know.
years, 1 point per game, senior walk-on.
Yes. How about
This
that?
isn't. I don't think it was like a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Because he's got his degree from Northwestern, but if Chase Audige comes back, their team is really good. I assume they could offer him good NIL. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know what.
Yeah,
decent NIL. And I mean, how much does it cost to go to Northwestern for grad school for 1 year? That's $100,000, like $50,000, $70,000. I don't know. Probably in that range.
Yeah.
I just think they could have been really good. They would have returned almost everybody had he come back.
Yep.
So I'll say him, but he wants to be
and
pro.
You finally won, right? You finally won last year, and you got it going in the
But I get the desire to be a pro basketball player too and try to live that dream. And you've got a degree from Northwestern. That's phenomenal.
Yep.
We were texting before. You brought up Sonogo.
Yeah.
Because of NIL,
what do you think of Sonogo? Like, what he's probably going to get drafted late in the second round is my guess.
I think he'll just stick because he's a body that moves pretty well. He sort of has shown that he can shoot at some, but you have to wonder how much money he could have made in name, image, and likeness. But you're coming off the national title. Again, you want to be a pro. Did he graduate?
I don't think so.
No. Well,
I don't think so.
I don't think it's an awful decision. I think if he came back to school and you could make the argument that was a better choice.
Right.
But if he gets drafted and plays in the NBA, then it's not, I don't think that there was a wrong answer for him in terms of it being blatant.
Remember too, there's more two-way contracts now.
That's a big part of this. And also look who was playing behind him at UConn. Right. He would have been fighting for minutes with Donovan Clingan.
Hey, there was some legitimate thought that Sonogo might transfer. There was some legitimate, actual, maybe not as much with him as people around him, thinking that, you know what? Clingan's behind you. They can't afford to pay both of you.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be drafted, which it looks like he will be drafted, hopefully, then go into the portal and you can make $1 million next year.
And make bank, yeah.
Somebody.
Yep.
Which would have been crazy. Would have been bananas.
Who are you most concerned about if you look at a mock draft? Top, let's say first round players.
First round players who I'm most concerned about.
Do you want me to give mine first and you can think about it? Or
go ahead. Yeah.
I worry about Nick Smith.
See, I like Nick.
I know he was injured. Jeff, he had zero burst. Zero.
I know. But is that a product of the knee? Is that at all?
Maybe.
When I saw him a couple of summers ago, he had burst.
Playing against high school kids?
At AAU, he had burst.
Playing against high school kids?
Yes, but he was healthy then.
No,
I still know how healthy he was all year.
I know. It was pretty shocking to see in Des Moines at the NCAA tournament. He didn't play.
I know.
He couldn't play.
It was crazy.
And if he was hurt, certainly that plays into it. Can he get healthy? I worry a little bit about Bryce Sensabaugh. He's an elite.
He probably should have come back now. We'll see where he gets drafted, but I almost feel like maybe he should have come back.
I don't think it would have been an awful decision to come back. Right. He is terrible on defense.
Terrible.
Terrible. I can't even say that he tries. He just really doesn't have an awareness of what is going on. But man, that pull-up is pure.
Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks.
Yep.
Gigi Jackson.
He's an interesting one.
I mean, just some of the things that came out about his year at South Carolina is concerning. But he's 17 or 18.
Yeah, he reclassed. I almost feel like you're taking GG to throw him in the G League for a year or two. Then you bring him up. And I think he's a potential guy who could be a good piece down the road. I'm fine because you're taking GG low right now.
You take him in the late 20s.
Yeah, you absolutely. He's worth it. He's worth it to me.
Yeah.
I like Nick Smith because I think you're taking him low. Like, I'd take him at 10. I know a lot of people wouldn't right now, but I would take him somewhere in the top 10-ish.
Yeah. I would love to know how his workouts have gone. I just was shocked at how bad he looked.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea to find out
the NCAA
what
tournament.
he's been doing. Derek Lively.
I'm high on him.
Me too.
I think that he's like perfect for the NBA. Did you see the video of him making all those threes?
Yeah. He could shoot it. I saw him a couple years ago. He didn't make a ton.
And that's not what he's going to. But if you have that ability to do that is huge in the modern NBA. And you work in your game.
Right.
I think from a rim protection standpoint, he played better throughout the season. The expectations of him were so high because he was the number 1 player in his class. But he was never going to be a back-to-the-basket dominant scorer.
Nope.
But that doesn't need to be now. He just needs to block shots, rebound, catch lobs, and step out and make a jumper. And if you can do that, you can make a couple $100 million. You really can.
Yeah, for him, I kind of worry just about like his health as much as anything. Again, with that body build, like those kids, like could he be a Robert Williams type? And if he can be healthy, like he's not built like Robert Williams. Robert Williams is a little bit bigger and stronger, but man,
I mean, look at some of the skinny, big, like Jackson Hayes, who was a pogo stick coming out of. I mean, he hasn't really. He's
done nothing. He's done
off the court, but he hasn't been good.
Nope.
But we'll see. I like Derek Lively. I think he's got a real chance to be a very good center in the NBA.
Jaylen Clark, that's the one for me. That's the one for me that just makes zero sense.
Well, because he's coming off such a serious injury.
Achilles,
torn
Achilles.
I mean,
can't do anything for a team.
Yeah.
So all you're showing them is, what you did last year, which you got better offensively. You're a great defender. You got better offensively. Now, oh, by the way, Tommy Hawkins is gone, and so is Tiger Campbell. So you come back now, you're going to be probably the top option or certainly one of them.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? And he's such a good kid. There weren't a lot of
think about mistakes. This though. Think about this, because I dealt with this. Let's say he re-tears his Achilles. Now you're looked at as you might never play in the NBA ever.
Right.
I re-blow my knee out, and now you're looking at you don't play basketball for 17 months. So maybe he's thinking, all right, I'll turn pro. I'll hopefully get drafted. I'll be able to rehab at an NBA facility. But that might have gone into it. I could see that being a big part of it.
I guess, but again, I mean, the odds you're going to tear your Achilles again next year.
I mean,
They're not high.
They're higher than if you had never done it before.
True. I don't know. That's one that, again, to me, that's one. And Chris Livingston is the other one to me that just now Rich Paul represents Chris Livingston, so maybe he can get him late in the first round. They'll certainly get him a guaranteed contract. We know that. But here's my take. If you don't want to go back to Kentucky, which obviously he didn't,
so hit the portal.
Hit the portal, and you could be a guy somewhere else. But you're on such a fast track. And again, I think part of that is the agent that represents you, and that's kind of been Rich Paul's MO for the most part. Instead of just, hey, take it slow. Yes, you were a top player coming in, but there's a lot you need to work on. And if you come back for another year in the right situation, you'll be a lottery pick. And then the investment is there. Because frankly, the only way the investment's going to be there for Chris Livingston is because he's rep by Rich Paul. And Rich has so many other clients, big-time clients. So he'll get him a spot and keep him a spot because he'll want to keep somebody else happy.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.